interesting training session? Is that tensions leading into opening round?
Absolutely not. What you're trying to do is you're trying to get iron to sharpen iron. You're trying to compete. You're trying to get guys to compete at the highest level, and then be able to get it emotional, and then be able to reel it back in.
Is that that's happened a lot in pre-season? Are you still getting the team to gel together?
Yeah, I mean, I think it's always been a process, but us learning to play together, we're all at different levels and different, I guess, stages of our professional career. We're all here right now. We've all got Sixers on our chest, like I've said. What we want to do is come together as a group. We want to be hardened by competition like this. We've only had really 3 preseason games. It was a 4th, but so you're trying to just get it to as much of a game-like competition as you can, and then move the group forward.
The players getting it at this stage?
Absolutely.
Obviously, during the pre-season, you've had the blitz where you had a few really good games. Obviously, the last one didn't go so well. How have you seen the pre-season since you've come in as a whole?
Yeah, well, I mean, the group as a whole has been extremely coachable. They've been open to me. They've been open to our ideas. I think it's been a really good blend of the veterans and some of our new players, our imports, and everybody trying to get on the same page and move it together. Because ultimately the goal is to win. We understand the pressure with the job, and it starts on Sunday. But how do we get there? I don't know if there's a right path, but as we ramp it up in practice, which some of you guys saw, right? We want to get right to the line.
On that side, when you have to show that side, is it harder to sort of bring in your own standards and your own messaging when you do come late into a head coaching role for the season? Obviously, you're going to have different messaging.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, it's a good question. You're just trying to mold the group, and I have an idea of the way I think that we can play and how we can function and how good that we potentially can be. And us kind of pushing the lines and pushing the boundaries with how we play and our style of play, our playing combinations, our lineups, and then, our intensity and, what that brings out in us and how we compete over a 40-minute game, are always the standards. And, we want to be the best team and we want to be the best version of ourselves. And as a coach, every practice or time that you're together or game, right? You want to be better than you were when you started, and that's where we're trying to go.
A very new import. Does he play a lot of minutes this week?
Well, I think it's kind of a work in progress. Obviously, he's got a very high basketball IQ. He's been out of basketball for a little bit. We'll monitor him in the situations, and we'll just try to put him in the best position to be successful for him and the team.
How fit is he? What sort of fitness level is he at the moment, having him in the rugs?
I think you'd have to ask him. I'm not really, he competed, he played with everybody else. It wasn't like he had to sit out any portion of practice. He was full go.
You're probably playing the title favourite this week. A good early test for you?
I mean, they just give us a layup right out of the gate, right? I think that obviously the Kings and their roster and their coach and, they have a standard, and everybody knows the brand, and obviously their head coach and what he's achieved. So I think it's always good for us early on in the season to kind of, you take a shot at somebody that's really, really good, and they've got a great roster, and I have a ton of respect for them, and we'll just see how it goes.
What sort of a coach will fans see from you sideline?
Well, I want our team, I said in the very first interview, we want to be obviously unselfish, and that encompasses a lot of different things, but how we play and how hard we play and the detail and the level of attention to that we give it, and then the obvious unselfishness can, show itself in a lot of different ways, whether it's a pass, or making an extra pass or a defensive play. But, that's what we'd like to do as a team that everybody here in Adelaide's proud of.
The pre-season, early days, but what have you made of the standard of the NBL?
Well, I mean, the standard is the standard. I mean, this is the hottest league in the world. It's an absolute, it's in a really good place. The league is growing like crazy. The level of play, it's a short season, right? So everybody plays every possession so hard. I just loved how competitive and how physical and how fast-paced it's been so far. It's an exciting brand of basketball to watch, and it's something I think the fans loved and can enjoy.
Touch on the fan expectations. Obviously, when a club legend like Scott Mann goes, and then obviously Brett Maher going as well. There's a lot of discontent after that situation. Do you think Montrez coming in appeases a bit of that and maybe gets the fans in slightly a better mood going?
Yeah, I probably can't answer any of that stuff really, other than I can answer questions about the team and here and what we're trying to build, and I hope that we can put a product on the floor that everybody is proud of and wants to see. And I understand that there's a point of this where we have to kind of be entertaining too, right? And I hope that we play hard and it's obviously unselfish, and that we can do the right things, and it's a good product to watch.